Have you ever wondered how societies manage to unite and endure the immense pressures of a global conflict, often requiring extraordinary sacrifices from their citizens? It takes more than just military strategy and resources. It requires a profound alignment of hearts and minds, a shared understanding of who the enemy is and why they must be defeated. In World War II, enemy demonization was absolutely key because it provided a powerful emotional framework that dehumanized the opposing forces. This made it easier to justify the brutal realities of combat, mobilize every aspect of society for total war, and suppress any internal dissent about the conflict's devastating human cost. The core mechanism behind this strategy lies in human psychology. By consistently portraying the enemy as monstrous, evil, or subhuman, propaganda created a stark us versus them dichotomy. This simplification of a complex geopolitical struggle into a clear battle between good and evil resonated deeply. It tapped into fundamental human fears and protective instincts, fostering intense emotional responses like anger, fear, and resolve. This emotional connection bypassed rational debate, solidifying public opinion and bolstering the belief that victory was not merely a strategic objective, but a moral imperative. Governments employed various techniques to achieve this. Propaganda posters, films, and radio broadcasts frequently depicted enemy leaders and soldiers using grotesque caricatures, exaggerating features to make them appear less human and more bestial. Stories, sometimes fabricated or embellished, of enemy atrocities were widely circulated to stir outrage and hatred. This continuous stream of negative portrayal served to validate the war effort, encouraging men to enlist, women to join the workforce, and everyone to buy war bonds. It framed resistance to these efforts as collaboration with evil. This strategic tactic is often referred to by historians as othering, a process where an individual or group is perceived as fundamentally different from oneself, often in a negative and demeaning way. During World War II, othering transformed the enemy from a rival nation or political ideology into an existential threat to one's very way of life and moral fabric. For example, Japanese soldiers were frequently depicted as cunning, savage insects, while Germans were shown as brutal, goose-stepping automatons. This deliberate, pervasive imagery aimed to eliminate any potential empathy, solidifying the idea that the enemy deserved no mercy. Ultimately, enemy demonization was an indispensable tool for galvanizing national unity and sustaining the unprecedented sacrifices demanded by a total global conflict. By transforming the fight into a moral crusade against an absolute evil, it ensured widespread public support, maintained morale on the home front, and justified the immense human and material costs of achieving victory. It served as the emotional bedrock for the enormous effort required to win the Second World War.
If history fascinates you, like, subscribe, and explore more with us.